So I'm going to paint a little picture for you about how I entered the Sitar household. So here I am, a young Englishman in New York, and I'm getting the usual parental and societal pressure that we've all faced at some point about settling down, when one weekend my brother and Stella had just come from a wedding in the Midwest. And so he showed me some photos, and there I see a photo of Aisha, and I'm like, hello Mom, how are you? And so after that, I pluck up the courage to ask Aisha for a meeting. And she says yes, but before I could say anything else, she said to me, oh wait, my sister and my brother-in-law are also going to come, which, in all honesty, I found a little bit strange, because it suddenly went from possibly an intimate dinner to a panel interview. And after that, well, that was my first introduction, and that should have really been a warning for me. And there I met the Sitar sisters, PSA presidents, social butterflies, and first meeting interrogators. After that, I had the pleasure of meeting Umar, who you saw dancing his way down the aisle, literally. And what I would say about Umar is, you never really only get to see Umar in those days. You saw Umar with his crew. And his crew it was unclear whether it was a dance crew, because constantly Umar would be doing one of three things. One, he would be practicing a Bhangra move. Doesn't matter where he was either like this or like this, constantly. The second thing is he would be arguing about some strange sports, which sport is better, who's doing the best thing, etc. And then finally, him and his college friends had this bromance. They were inseparable. And it might sound desi cute, like Muslim brothers in arms, but trust me, it wasn't. And that was a sort of a bubble that I was prepared to step away from. It was a grenade, and I slowly tiptoed away from that. And then finally I met Amir, and Amir I met at a dinner, and I remember it was Aisha's friends and they were friends. And Aisha treated Amir as if he was a 4-year-old. So she looked after him, she combed his hair, she cut up his food, and literally I just saw her feeding him while he was taking pictures. And she would make sure that he ate his vegetables, and she still does this to this day. But I remember this dinner because suddenly Amir was coming, and so Aisha got up and said, oh great, my brother's here. And so there was this crowd of people around him, and they were like, oh, there was laughter, and then there were these whispers of, oh, Amir, he looks so cute. Oh, Amir, he dressed up. And I couldn't see him. There was this crowd there, and I couldn't see him. And I was thinking to myself, oh, wow, I wonder what he's wearing. Maybe, I don't know, a bespoke suit, something from Savile Row. Maybe the latest from New York City, I don't know. And then slowly the crowd passed, and Amir's wearing a button-down shirt and jeans. So a couple of things ran through my mind. One, the fashion bar in this family is really low. And two, what the hell does he wear normally? That this is him dressed up. And I found out the answer to this, ladies and gentlemen. I found out that he was constantly in t-shirts and a pair of shorts. And lately, he's been in t-shirts without the sleeves, so muscle shirts. And let's face it, he neither has the legs or the arms to carry either of those things. But you can see why I gravitated towards Haider, because, as he said, he brought this normality to this whirlwind that is the Sitars. And so we would be at family gatherings, and I would see something, and I would lean over to Haider, and I would be like, have you seen what Mom is wearing? Or, he can't really wear that, he really should shave his arms. Or I would see Umar talking to an uncle, and while the uncle is just standing there, Umar is like bouncing around him. And so finally, Haider was my security blanket at these events, and all I can say is, thank God, Nida came along.
want to say what an honor it is to be standing up here with these two gentlemen. Heather, the man who everybody wants a piece of. He is so wise, so humble, and so approachable. Everyone goes to Heather for advice, including myself. And then Nick Ball, the ever-elusive, witty Brit with the accent that everybody swoons over and who instantly raises your cool factor just by association. And then there's me. I'd like to think that there's something special about me as well if one of the cigar kids chose to marry me. But then I realized I married a winner. Just kidding, I love you. Now for over a decade, because we've been married 10 years, I think it's 14, 10, 13, it's been nice to have a diversity of thought and voices in the room, but we were always outnumbered. And finally, at long last, we are an equal party, and maybe, just maybe, we can have a balance of power in this household now. All jokes aside, this is the most loving family to be blessed with. They are so inclusive, and as Heather mentioned, it's go big or go home. So they don't know what small or intimate means. This is small to them. I think the three of us had double amount of these people at our grand debuts. But that's also a testament to how loved and respected the Cigar family is amongst their family and their community. And that's really special to be a part of. Mila, you're very lucky to have landed the last of the Cigar children. Amr has the best qualities out of all of them. I've seen myself. And Amr, from what I've seen over the last 14 months, you're pretty lucky too. Well, we waited a very long time for you, and I mean a very long time. It seems like you're the perfect match, and also the best addition to the in-law crew.